Oddball. Play ball.
Hello, this is Stampy Longnose, and welcome to a Halo Reach gameplay commentary. I'm playing a game of Hot Potato on the map Penance, and if you don't know what this map is, it is part of the Halo Reach Anniversary map pack, and it's basically the remade version of the map Damnation, which is a map which was in the original Halo. I'm actually going to just pause the video here, as you'll see that I get a rocket fired at me right at the very beginning of the game, but I just about managed to survive. And I just want you to remember this moment, because I'm going to refer back to it a little bit later on in the commentary. But I'm going to carry on the game playing. As you see, I do manage to survive that rocket. I get the sniper rifle, and I do get charged down here by a couple players, but I managed to take them both out and kind of get off to quite a good start at the beginning of this game. And it's actually one of my favourite maps in the Halo Anniversary map pack, probably my favourite map out of all of them. And it's actually a map which I absolutely loved playing in Halo 1 as well. I remember playing it on LAN 4v4, always playing Capture the Flag on this map, and it actually plays pretty similar in Halo Reach to how it did originally play like all those years ago when I was probably about 11 playing this around my mate's house on the original Xbox. And I think it's a really well balanced map, and it's just a bit different to all the other maps. It seems a little bit all over the place with how vertical some areas are, and it just seems to play very differently to like any other Halo map. I can't really think of any map which plays similar to this, maybe Construct slightly, but apart from that I think it's quite a unique map. And this is a game which I managed to do very well in. I've read it in the title, so I don't mind spoiling it now. I do manage to get an Unfriginbelievable in this game, which means I got 40 kills in a row without dying, a 40 kill streak, which is something that doesn't happen very often, so I'm quite happy to be able to bring you this game. But I don't play like kind of how I would properly, because I was playing to get gameplay. I'm not playing very objectively this game. You'll see me a few times picking up the oddball and passing it off to my teammate, but I'm not playing as objectively as I would normally, simply because I was playing to try and get gameplay. And I think a lot of people don't realise that when they're watching these videos from gameplay commentators. You'll say, oh, you're not playing to win, you're just playing to get as many kills as you can, and that often is the case. Because I'm trying to play to entertain you, I'm trying to get this big winning streak. If you just saw me getting killed while I'm holding the ball like over and over again, then it probably wouldn't be very entertaining. So that is why I'm not playing as objectively as I otherwise normally would, just because I was playing with the objective of trying to get entertaining gameplay. But I do think I managed to do quite well anyway, and I do want to win the game still. I do try, as I say, pass the oddball off to my teammates, but I basically don't want to hold the oddball myself for too long, because it isn't normal oddball, this is Hot Potato. And what that basically means is that at any random point during the game, the oddball will explode and basically kill anyone that's near it. And because I'm trying to get this big killing streak, I don't want to pick up the oddball at just the wrong time and it immediately kills me and ruins my kill streak. And I don't mind this game type. Like, I don't mind the fact that they added it to the game. I'm just not that much of a fan of it. I think it is good, say, if the teams are a bit unbalanced and there's a really good team has a like full setup and the other team can't get near, and the oddball might blow up and it kind of starts the game over again. But the reason why I don't like it is because it's adding like a very definitive element of luck to the game. It's like an element of randomness. I could be playing really well, I do all the right decisions, I get a rocket launcher, I happen to pick up the oddball at the wrong time, it blows up and kind of everything's ruined. Then I've died through no real fault of my own, because I didn't know when the oddball was going to blow up, and because of just complete randomness and a bit of bad luck, I get killed because of it. And that's what I really hate in games. There's a lot of, you see that in a lot of games, like a lot of RPGs will have random elements to when you can get critical hits, and you'll see in Call of Duty care packages, there's nothing skill based in that. It's you'll get a random reward. You could get some ammo and it helps you like not at all, or you could get a chopper gunner and it wins you the game. So games can be won or lost on just one element of randomness, and I think that is a bad thing in gaming. I think it should try to be avoided. I think the best games and the fairest games and the games that are least frustrating are the ones where luck is taken out like as much as possible. But I've given like some very definite examples with obviously this game and the oddball and the care packages where it is obviously a random thing. But I think a lot of people don't realise or don't really think about how much luck like plays into every single part of the game. Like, not even luck in terms of the game elements, just in terms of what the enemy players do and what you decide to do. Sometimes luck is involved. Obviously, if there's two people playing and one is a lot better than the other player, maybe better accuracy, better reaction time, or just tactically better, the chances are that person is going to win that game. But there's also elements of luck which come into it which could make the other person win. Say I'm playing Call of Duty and I walk into a room and there's a guy camping on the right side of the doorway. I happen to turn to the left instead of right. I don't know he's there, and he shoots me in the back and I die because of it. Okay, you could say that maybe I should have checked both sides and not gone into that room, but the fact of the matter is I didn't know he was there. I could have turned left or right. I happened to choose the wrong direction, and now I'm dead because of it. Maybe that was a kill which could get his next kill streak, or maybe that ruined my kill streak and they win the game because of that one moment of just randomness and luck. And I think you don't put significance on the small, tiny moments that maybe happen at the very beginning of the game and absolutely change everything. I could be playing Halo and I try to get a power weapon and I miss my jump to it. Because of that one moment, the entire game could change. Because I say I was trying to get a rocket launcher, I miss out getting the rocket launcher, then I get taken out, and like the whole game would just completely change from one small moment. And there's actually quite a good speech in a TV show called Spaced, which a comedian, Simon Pegg, says about when he's talking about it in terms of the Star Wars films, the first 3 Star Wars films. He said everything would have turned out differently if one small, seemingly insignificant moment at the beginning of the game happened differently. There's a gunner in the Star Destroyer trying to shoot down the pods with the robots in. If he had better aim and was able to destroy that pod, every single action that happened in the Star Wars films later on wouldn't have happened because he wouldn't have been able to deliver the message that he was trying to deliver, and everything would have turned out differently. And I think that's obviously an example in terms of a film, and I've given examples in terms of video games, but I think there's examples like that in real life all of the time. And I'm not just talking about like famous situations, I'm talking about your life. There's so many seemingly insignificant actions that you take every single day that could absolutely affect everything. They always say about how if you went back in time, you don't even want to like squish a fly because that could completely change history, and that is completely true. That sounds like a very dramatic, maybe over-exaggerated example, but that is literally how it could happen. There's so many small moments that you don't even notice. It's just the way you respond to the moments what makes you you. It's not like the fact that those moments are there. You're not truly in control of your life. You're just in control of your actions and how you respond to things. The opportunities that are like come up to you, you don't really control that. You don't know what other people are going to do, and just a small moment, like maybe just meeting someone randomly and then later down like the line, that could get you a job because of it. So what I'm trying to say is you really want to make the most of all the chances that you get, because as I say, you're not properly in control. And I'm just about to get my Unfriginbelievable now as I take this person out, but unfortunately after I take him out I'm immediately sniped in the head. But I've here just managed to get 40 kills in a row without dying, and the reason why I did that isn't because that the enemy team weren't very good or because I'm an amazing player. I'm actually going to rewind this right back now to a moment which I asked you to remember at the very beginning of the game. You probably will remember that at the start someone fired a rocket launcher at me and he just missed me and I was able to survive. If that person aimed ever so slightly higher, I would have died. I would have been on the respawn screen. I wouldn't have got the sniper rifle. Every single thing that happened in this game from that point would have changed. The fact that I wasn't killing the other players in the situations where I was, we could have completely changed the entire game, and every moment that happened in the game from that point would have changed if only he had better accuracy and was able to kill me. So I'm going to fast forward right back now to the moment where I got taken out and I did manage to get my Unfriginbelievable, and carrying on with the gameplay, as it's not the end of the game. I do have a few more minutes playing, but I don't do quite as well as I did at the start of the game because I've kind of got my Unfriginbelievable. There's not really much else I can do in this game apart from carrying on trying to win. And the reason why I drew your attention to the fact that everything would have changed in this small moment, because I think it's very relevant to what I've been talking about in the commentary in this game. If that person had taken me out of that rocket launcher, every single thing would have turned out differently, and that wasn't a moment of skill which was able for me to survive. It was the fact that I was lucky and the fact that he had bad aim and was able to miss me. And so I think when you're thinking about these amazing players, you've got to remember about the moments of like that, but more importantly, if I bring it back to the moments like that happen in your real life, like the fact that you exist and you are here watching this video is so unconceivable. The fact that it has happened is just such a string of events that happen to happen in the right way for this to happen. Like the fact that the earth exists and is like able to support life, the fact that whether you believe it was created or the Big Bang or whatever, the fact that evolution has happened and humans were able to like evolve, the fact that your parents happened to be alive at the same time and they met and they got together and you were the winning sperm which was able to fertilize the egg. The fact that you even exist is just such a slim chance that all the events manages to fit together, and the fact that you're here now, you've got a computer, you've got the internet, and you're watching this video, just the chances for all that stuff to happen is so completely inconceivable, and just every small action that you make in your life can affect something else. So I don't know, maybe just think about that for a bit. Maybe it will kind of make you put more importance in the small things that you might otherwise ignore, and kind of realize how much of your life you aren't in control in. But it doesn't mean that you should ignore things. It doesn't mean that everything's just going to happen anyway, so you don't worry about what you do. It just means you need to make the most out of your opportunities, and more importantly, try to make as many opportunities as you can. I mean, I can think back to really small, inconsiderate moments, things that don't seem important at the time. Like I got a job in a pub, and I didn't think anything of it, just working there, and that was where I happened to meet my girlfriend. And now that is something that has completely changed my life. Having this girlfriend, someone that I love, has just changed my life so much for the better. But at the moment I didn't really think much of it in the fact of how I managed to meet her. So I want you to take this video as a moment to try and make a chance for yourself. Do something spontaneous. Don't think it will change you to make you a better person. Take an action right now. Text your girlfriend, tell her you love her. Call someone you haven't spoken to ages. Take an action right now to hopefully improve your life for the better, because you don't know down the line how much of your life it will change. But this game is just about finished now, as we do unfortunately lose. So that's the end of this video, everyone. Cheers for watching, and I will see you later.